Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Pastor Lance Smith, and we're here at Zwingli UCC in Monticello, Wisconsin. The sun is shining. It's almost 50 degrees outside. It's a beautiful, almost spring day, maybe a false spring day, because I think there's a little bit of winter left. But we're here in the church, and we're here with the midweek Hump Day devotional. And since it's spring, and since I got up this morning thinking about spring, I thought I'd thinking about seeds and thinking about planting and thinking about things growing. Last Sunday was our Super Sunday, and the theme was growing love. And we decorated little flower pots with hearts and talked about Jesus' commandment to love one another, that our joy may be full. And we talked about seeds, and we planted seeds. And it got me thinking today about seeds, and I remembered the writings of Meister Eckhart, who was a 12th century monk, who had some very definite ideas about our relationship with God. He said, "A seed of God is in us. Pear seeds grow into pear trees, and hazel seeds grow into hazel trees, and God's seeds grow into God." And he also says, "The seed of God is in us. Given an intelligent and hardworking farmer, it will thrive and grow into God." Interesting. And then today I was reading a text in 1 John, the epistle of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 9. No one born of God will continue to sin, because God's seed remains in them. They cannot go on sinning because they have been born of God. You know, we planted those seeds, and I know all the kids took them home, and they're probably waiting with bated breath. They probably watered them, and they're probably waiting for them to sprout and to come up, and it's interesting. I love this time of year, too, when the ground, and it starts to thaw, and the seeds that have been laying in the grass and all over, the ground, and haven't been able to take purchase because of the hardness of the soil, because it's frozen. They've been laying in kind of a dormancy underneath the snow, just waiting for a little bit of warm weather to transform them. And they burst out of their shell, and then they can be all the plant that they were meant to be. It's interesting. Absolutely amazing, the transformation. That transformation takes place right under our very noses every year, and we don't pay much attention to it. But this system is a miracle that science can explain how it works, but they can't explain why it works, why it continues to work. No matter how hard the winters are, or how troubling the environment gets, it seems like the seeds still sprout and eventually produce. And then there's a new plant. I was also thinking back to when I worked in the summer camps in North Carolina. Worked at a place called Gwynn Valley, and they had a water-powered grist mill. And my job was to do a program on plant growth and grinding cornmeal. We ground corn that we grew right there on the place, and we take that hard corn seed, and we put it in a little screen and put all this corn in a screen, shake out all the chaff and all the silks and all the stuff, and then I take a light and shine under it, basically to see if there was any junk in there to take out or any seeds that were bad. But you could see through those corn kernels, and in the middle of it was the embryo. And it was real dark, and around the outside of it, it was kind of clear, and the light would shine right through it. I'd tell the kids, "See that dark spot? That's the baby plant. See the clear? That's its backpack of food. That's enough food for it when it goes underneath the ground, when it gets buried. That's enough food for it to grow up through the soil so it can get to the sun to get its energy from the sun. A backpack of food." And I said, that backpack of food is what we're going to take from it and make our cornbread with. And so we'd grind the cornmeal and make cornbread, and the kids would lick their lips, mostly because of the honey that I smeared on the cornbread. It was really tasty. That's what our spiritual life is like as well. We're just seed, husks, or kernels of grain that is growing and developing into fully transformed plants. Like the plants, we need some things to grow. We need soil, we need air, water. The plants need those to make their transformations. We need understanding, forgiveness, community, and love to grow and flourish. May we all feel the warmth of God's love as it warms the seed within us. May we find ways to share that blessing and the love that has been given to us so freely. Amen.